What's going on guys, MESSI here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to your daily dose of transfer content. And today is going to be Saturday the 29th of August. We have confirmed deals to go through as well as the rumours. So just before we get started, if you could do out good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yesterday's episode will be down below in the description box, and the current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time, there'll be a new video for you to look forward to. And finally, drop a comment below, I'll try to respond to as many as I can. So first up today, we have got a double deal for Millwall. They have brought in two players from Derby County, and the first player is Scott Malone. He has joined on loan, and Mason Bennett has signed for an undisclosed fee. Pepe Reina has joined Lazio on a free transfer. The veteran Spanish goalkeeper left Serie A rivals AC Milan at the end of last season, and he spent the second half of the campaign on loan at Aston Villa. Stade Rennes have signed striker Guirassy from Amiens at a reported €15 million fee. The 24-year-old has signed a 5-year contract and is now aiming to help his new club in their very first season in the Champions League. Spanish goalkeeper Roberto has left West Ham, that's to join Real Valladolid on a free transfer. The 34-year-old had signed a 2-year deal with the Hammers in 2019, but errors, including pushing the ball into his own net against Burnley, it made his time with the Premier League side one to forget. Monaco have announced the signing of versatile left-sided Brazilian JOAO Enrique, as from Atletico Madrid. He signed a 5-year contract, and the Ligue 1 side are paying around €8 million for his services. I don't think he played too many games for Atletico, if any at all, as most of the time he spent out on loan to teams in Brazil. Zlatan Ibrahimovic has agreed a new 1-year contract with AC Milan, and this is according to various different outlets. It's claimed a deal which will keep him at the San Siro until next summer is worth around €7 million for the season. This next transfer hasn't been announced for me just yet, but according to RMC, they said Mario Lemina will join Fulham on loan and include an option to buy, and that should have went through yesterday. It's from Southampton, and the midfielder spent last season on loan to Turkish giants Galatasaray. Juventus have confirmed the signing of Weston McKennie on a season-long loan from Schalke. He arrived in Turin on Thursday night and completed the final details yesterday. The loan deal will cost the Italian champions about €3 million, with there being an option to buy to make it a permanent deal for a further €18 million. This will become an obligation to buy though if he plays more than 60% of matches in the upcoming season. There were a lot of teams showing interest in the US men's national team player. The likes of Southampton, Hertha Berlin, Monaco, Wolves, they're all trying to sign him. And the next one I will definitely be keeping an eye on, and as the Crystal Palace have signed Abiri Eze from Queen's Park Rangers. He signed a 5-year contract, and the transfer is £16 million as a base fee, plus a further £4 million in additional bonuses. He impressed a lot in the Championship last season, and because of that attracted a lot of interest, and now has made this step up to the Premier League. I imagine he'll do very well for them, and I think long run it'll be a great bit of business. The next one is that Chelsea have confirmed the signing of THIAGO Silva, that's after his contract with Paris Saint-Germain expired. He signed just a 1-year contract, but Chelsea do have the option to extend that by a further 12 months. And the Brazilian is the latest to join the club in what's been a massive transfer window so far, with him being the third defensive signing in the last 3 days. Before that, it was Ben Chilwell a couple days ago and Malang Sarr the previous day. And in the comment section below guys, let me know where you think Chelsea will finish next season. Do you think they'll win the league? Do you think they'll actually challenge Liverpool and City? Let me know down below. The next story though is from the Telegraph. They're saying Watford captain Troy Deeney, he's emerged as a transfer target for West Brom. The move would ensure that Deeney continues playing in the Premier League next season, with the Hornets relegated to the Championship, and the Baggies were promoted from the 2nd Division. A transfer I mentioned yesterday is Mariano Diaz and a potential move to Benfica. I said how he apparently wanted to stay with Real Madrid, but Record in Portugal, they said that Benfica have agreed a loan deal now with the Spanish club. The forward has struggled for game time since returning from Lyon to join Real Madrid, and will now be allowed to go in search of minutes in Portugal, and this could well end interest in the likes of Cavani, Diego Costa and Michy Batshuayi. Dani Ceballos has already communicated to Real Madrid about his desire to return to play for Real Betis next season, and that story is from Mundo Deportivo. He had a successful loan spell, or mainly the second part of the loan spell at Arsenal last season, and when Arteta took over, his performances really started to step up. And it would be a shame for Arsenal if they can't get him for a second spell. But Mikel Arteta has said that apparently Ceballos is keen to make a move to Arsenal on a permanent basis, so we'll have to wait and see how it pans out. And the next story is that Barca are struggling to find a buyer for Samuel Umtiti, and this is according to Mundo Deportivo. They claim the Catalans are now open to sending the centre-back out on loan. Umtiti has been deemed to +2 requirements at the Camp Nou, with Ronald Koeman seeking to shake things up and get the Liga giants back to winning ways. Roma, Lazio, West Ham, Leicester, Arsenal and Tottenham, they've been all credited with an interest in the France international. AC Milan are intensifying their efforts to sign Brescia star Sandro Tonali, and this is according to Gianluca Di Marzio. It is claimed that Milan are hoping to capitalise on a stall in talks between Brescia and AC Milan's rivals Inter Milan, who are also interested in the 20-year-old, and reports do suggest that he has agreed personal terms with Antonio Conte's side. And a contradicting story which backs up Inter's claim to try and sign Tonali is from Corriere dello Sport. They're saying he is edging closer to a move to Inter instead. The outline of a deal has been done with Brescia, and the young defensive midfielder will move on loan to the San Siro, and Inter will have an obligation to buy at the end of it for €35 million, that could rise to 40 with bonuses. And Fabrizio Romano does say that Inter have now also opened talks with Roma, that's to sign 34-year-old left-back Alexander Kolarov. Antonio Conte is still in the market for that position, having also been linked with Chelsea's Emerson. The Premier League club are asking for about €25 million though, which Inter aren't willing to spend. Inter and the Serbian have already agreed personal terms as well, according to Gazzetta dello Sport. Monaco are in talks with Bayer Leverkusen about a €25 million move for Kevin Volland. The deal could be completed in the coming days, with the player unwilling to extend his contract beyond next season, so he would be a free transfer or a free agent in 1 year's time. And that story is from both Sport 1 and Bild. A story from Corriere dello Sport again this time is that Arsenal are prepared to sell right-back Hector Bellerin to Juventus, and that is with their new head coach Andrea Pirlo making the 25-year-old his top priority. And I saw the comments a couple days ago saying that people didn't really appreciate my Hector Bellerin slander. I'm not saying he's a bad player, by the way. I do rate him as a right back, especially when he's fit. The bit that I do doubt about him is the injury record. It hasn't been great for him, and of course that's not his fault. But to have a reliable right back, they have to be available for selection. Luis Suarez has been offered to Juventus, that's after being shown the door at Barcelona under new head coach Ronald Koeman. Juventus are still in the market for a striker because of Higuain's impending departure, and that story is from Goal.com. I mentioned it yesterday how apparently Juve did offer Higuain to Barca that would have been in exchange for Luis Suarez, and Di Marzio has come out with quite an interesting story for Suarez, saying that Juventus are interested and the Uruguayan is now asking Barca to pay him a compensation fee for terminating his contract. And if it is true, he's set to receive €25 million from it. Jose Mourinho could be considering a move for Atletico Madrid striker Diego Costa, and this story is from the Daily Mirror. Tottenham are in the market for another striker, and Costa is reportedly open to a move to Spurs, where he would get to work under Jose Mourinho once more. The pair teamed up at Chelsea before, where they won the Premier League title in the 2014-15 campaign. And Diego Costa is the type of player that if he plays for your club, you absolutely love him. Everyone else though, they hate him. And a story from Sky Sports Italia is that Tottenham have had a bid rejected from Roma for star player Nicolo Zaniolo. The 21-year-old midfielder has apparently caught the eye of Jose Mourinho and was linked to him this time last year when Pochettino was also manager. However, with Roma under new ownership, they are under very little pressure to sell and they don't want to lose their star asset. Roma turned down the bid of about €50 million for the 21-year-old, and that part of the story is from Corriere dello Sport. And the next one is from Corriere della Sera. They're saying Paris Saint-Germain have, according to the outlet, tabled a £54 million bid for Lazio midfielder Sergei Milinkovic-Savic, or converted about €60 million. The Serbian international, who's under contract in Italy until 2024, he has previously been linked with Chelsea and Manchester United. I mentioned a couple days ago how Lazio do value him at around 80 million, so PSG is still some way off that, but you never know, they could work out a deal. He seems to be a top priority for this summer. And the next story is a very interesting one from Sport. They're saying Manchester City are ready to offer 3 players to Barcelona. That's in exchange for Lionel Messi. It's claimed that Gabriel Jesus, Bernardo Silva and Eric Garcia, they will be offered to the Catalans, as well as €100 million. Barca have been linked with all 3 players in the past, and the very recent past that is, and reportedly made an offer for Garcia this month. Garcia could technically be a free transfer in 1 year's time, and Jesus linked a couple days ago, and Bernardo Silva a few weeks back. PSG sporting director Leonardo has called George Messi, Lionel Messi's father. That's to confirm the club's interest in signing the Argentine, and that very short story is from France Football. And the final story today is from Marca. They're saying Barca president Bartomeu, he's offered to return Antoine Griezmann to Atletico Madrid, and that's as part of a proposed swap deal for JOAO FELIX. The offer, which came just before Barca's 8-2 defeat to Bayern Munich, it was swiftly rejected by Atletico, who are interested in securing a possible deal for Griezmann, but not at the expense of Felix. And Atletico apparently returned with a counter offer, and they offered Barca Thomas Lemar and Diego Costa. So it looks like Griezmann, he may be on his way out of the Camp Nou, but Atletico aren't willing to get rid of their wonder kid. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do our good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yesterday's episode will be down below in the description box, and the current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time, there'll be a new video for you to look forward to. So thank you for watching, I'll see you next time.